I saw that in the tag on Levi's, like underneath, like near the wash. And it's like, oh, dad jeans.
Is that real?
No, I'm bullshit.
Oh my god, they should do
Look,
that.
I might as well have worn Wranglers. It was bad.
You would have said, "Oh, my new dungarees." Nobody says dungarees anymore.
Or Dunkaroos.
People who say dungaree are the
Dunkaroos
same
are
people.
delicious.
Dunkaroos are delicious. People who say dungarees are the same kind of people who call a handrail a banister. Hold on to the banister. It's like it's the same type of person.
Is there a specific topic, or are we just talking?
Well, we'll figure it out along the way.
I'd like to talk about it. I'd like to talk about being right. Whatever that means to you, hold on to it. Hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Truth Serum Podcast. We got Ryan and Corey.
Corey and Ryan.
And today we are joined by a special guest, longtime friend. Some would even call him a brother. He's like a brother to me. He's like my brother.
Hey, little bear.
My good friend, Julian Sanchez. Welcome.
What's up? What's up? Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Thanks for being here. Look at you smiling like a little kid.
I'm cheesing right now.
Look at you cheesing.
I'm
Handsome.
cheesing.
Santa Claus or some shit. Can you imagine? You just go back to that feeling. Like when I was a kid, I was scared of big ass adults in costumes and shit. So if you put me on a Santa Claus line, I'd be crying, and my mom would be like, "Oh no, it's gonna be okay," and I would still be crying. And she would still make me do it. But some kids would be hyped to meet Santa Claus because they really thought it was him. But anyway,
I actually. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Good.
I was gonna say, like, I find it weird. Like, all right, fine, Santa Claus, I understand, but the Easter Bunny, what the fuck is that about? You're not asking for anything. What's the point? I don't get it. Like, there's no presents.
I think it would make more sense if they just actually brought out a real rabbit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be better.
That'll be cooler. Yeah.
Like you can pet the rabbit and shit. And rabbits get pretty big. You can get like a big rabbit hopping around.
And a kid wouldn't be as afraid. They'd actually be more excited, I think.
Yeah.
Unless one of them gets bitten by a rabbit. They have huge fucking teeth. And
they turn into were-rabbits?
A rabbit will fuck you up.
I saw a rabbit fall down a flight of stairs once and get a nosebleed.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I'm not even joking.
Wait, what do you mean? Was it pushed?
I don't remember what happened. I think my cousin was holding it, and he bit her.
Oh,
and
no.
then we just so happened to be at the top of a staircase. So she dropped the rabbit. When we were kids, I was like, if I was 7, she was 5.
Okay.
And then the rabbit had a nosebleed.
That's actually really funny that's all that happened to the rabbit.
Yeah, the rabbit was fine.
You're lucky. No internal injuries or some shit.
Also, rabbits probably have a hard time going down the stairs, I imagine, because they got those big back feet.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably, yeah.
Rabbit is like one of those old lady laundry carts that don't have wheels in the front, just only in the back. Remember the ones those things, so they won't roll down a hill.
Yes.
Is that why they did that? It was like a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
What the fuck was that about? I thought that shit was so dumb. My grandma had one back when she could still walk around and shit.
We had the ones with the wheels on them, in the front and the back.
I
never understood the ones without the wheels. Or do they take them off themselves? They sell them that way?
I don't know, but I think it's a little ironic that my grandma used to have a thing that. Anyway, sorry, I didn't develop that idea enough. Anyway, so now we're joined today by Julian. He is he's a coach. There's trainers and there's coaches out there. He's a coach. He's a coach. He is a fucking brilliant, talented, funny boxing announcer. He is an artist. He is a father. He's a husband, he's a son, and he's a hero, an American hero.
That's like the best introduction I've ever had. I love that.
That was really sweet.
No, I mean, he does it all. He's a jack of all trades.
Yeah, he is.
So congratulations, by the way. I just want to start off by saying it's been a great year for you. You not only did you get married, but you also became a father. So congrats on that.
Thank you. It's been, despite COVID and being stuck at home, it's been awesome. So this, obviously COVID happened March 16. My daughter was born on, I shouldn't be hesitating, May 17th.
It's already starting.
Your daughter's going to hear this in the future.
Like, Dad,
it's
you
like,
forgot my birthday again?
you did?
He's like 17.
I made that 20 years ago. Also, when's your birthday?
Yeah, so May 17th, and I mean, obviously been with her every day, and it's been awesome. Like, I love every second of it, watching her grow. It's been, like, I have no complaints. I really have
That's
no
great.
complaints. Like, I love every single moment with her. Even when the shit comes out of diaper and I gotta clean her all up, and it's lovely.
And it looks like mustard. You like mustard.
I love mustard.
Ugh.
It looks like this Trader Joe brand of Dijon.
That's really cool. That's
If
fancy.
If you're a Trader Joe's guy, you know what I'm talking about.
You ever wonder why? I do know what you're talking about. You ever wonder why? Like, if is there studies about this that people, based on what their baby shit looks like, tells what kind of career they're going to choose when they grow up? Maybe she'll be a marine biologist or something cool.
If I was gonna guess, based on her shit, she's gonna go into making Dijon mustard.
She's going in the mustard business.
It's based on the now.
There's always a demand for mustard, you know? Being
I
in the
love
mustard
mustard.
business is almost as good as being a barber. People always gonna need a haircut.
Absolutely.
You know my favorite mustard is? Grey Poupon.
Oh, I love Grey Poupon.
Grey Poupon's great,
That Grey
man.
Poupon is the shit.
I
Yeah, it really
love
is.
those commercials, man. This is like an old man in a Rolls Royce just rolling down the window and be like, what do you have in your hand there? It's Grey Poupon.
Well, because the thing is, people think that a guy sitting in a Rolls Royce is eating caviar, but the truth of the matter is he's just spooning out some Grey Poupon. And that leads me to my next point. And I want you boys to weigh in on this, because I feel like this is important, and I feel like it's a skill. This is a skill that I want to talk about. And since I got two guys here that specialize in knowing certain skills, I want you to tell me what you know about this one. Being right. Being right. There's a way to be right correctly. There's a way to be right and lose every fucking thing. You know those people that are always like, they have to be right? And even if they are right, in an argument or anything, even if they are right, they still burn every fucking bridge that they have just because they wanted to be right.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's a toxic trait, and it's a trait. It's the trait of a self-saboteur. You know, it's a person who may struggle with their relationships. It's a person who may have troubled times with their family when they go to like holiday dinners and shit, because they fucking get into stupid arguments that don't matter, but they wanted to be right so bad. And would you agree that changes too as you get older? You should be getting better and not doing that so much, but it happens, right?
Yeah. There are, if we're talking about arguments, like, yeah, I believe that there is a definitive answer to some things. And, yeah, being right or wrong could be subjective and objective at times. Like, if we're talking philosophy or science, like, it's all, I don't know, man. It's, it's complicated. But also, there is a direct answer, I think, to some things.
Do you like being right is the question for both of you guys.
Who doesn't like being right?
That's what I was going to say. Like, I love being right.
Yeah.
But sometimes you really got to, like, weigh out the cost of it.
Yeah. Wait, we're going to equate it to good and bad?
Well, you got to
Like
check
morally?
your bank account and see if you could afford to be that right. You know what I mean? You got to be like,
Yeah.
am I going to fucking, is this going to come back and bite? Because you know after a while. That's why I think you get better when you get older, because you've been wrong enough, or you've been right incorrectly enough over the course of your life. You're like, I'm not going to do that again. And if I do it again, shame on me. Because I didn't fucking learn anything from the last time I did it.
Yeah. I feel like for you guys, like, I have a question for you guys, actually, since you're both trainers. And have you ever been in a situation where when you're training a client, where they're not doing like the exact movement properly, whether it's lifting or throwing a punch, like, are you like, and they're like, they think they're so right that the way they do it, and you're like, no, it's not how you do it, man. Like, but do you get upset even though you're right? You know what I mean? Like, like, this person's so close-minded, you can't change their mind. They're just gonna keep doing the same fucking thing? Do you give up on them, or are you just like, I'm gonna keep pushing it because I'm right?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think I've really gotten that other than from a kid, because I trained kids as young as like 4.
Yeah.
So I guess like Corey said, when you grow up, you kind of learn you're not, you should outgrow the whole that you think you're right all the time. Mm-hmm. But I haven't had an adult really. Actually, no, I'm lying. I had a teenager. He's not an adult. He's a teenager.
Fuck that kid.
Oh, those are the worst.
Don't get me started on teenagers.
They think they know everything.
Yeah. So then I think back to when I was a teenager, and I was just like this dude. I always wanted to be right, and I always thought I knew the right way to do anything. Meanwhile, if I went back in time right now, 30-year-old me, and had a conversation with 18, even 21-year-old me, I don't know shit. Because you know what? I still don't know shit.
But you said it with confidence, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I'm learning every day. So being right, I think, is, to answer your question from earlier, you said, what is being right? Is that what you asked?
Me?
No, I said...
Yeah.
No, what did you... whose question are you talking about?
You, Corey.
I said... I was just asking if you guys were just familiar with the concept of being right. You ever been right before? No, I was just asking... What's your take on almost, I guess, picking your battles, really?
You definitely have to pick your battles, and who are you battling against?
It's actually fun to battle against somebody who you don't give a fuck if you had ever talked to them again, because then you could really just go all out.
Yeah, I used to battle with my my managers at work. That wasn't the smartest move.
Yeah.
So I was young. I didn't know. I didn't choose. I chose to battle the wrong people, because you're going to lose against your manager.
Oh yeah, they're even also in a position to make your life more difficult.
Yeah, even if you get the last word in, I walk away all proud, like, yeah, that's right. Meanwhile, he could just
I was right.
Screw me in another way.
Yeah,
yeah, and you can't even. Then that's in a way that you can't fight. Yeah, like your manager could be wrong. You could fucking pull up an email and go, "This is what you said." And you were wrong. And the manager will look at you like, okay. Okay. I was, all right.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I think being right is just, it just comes from experience. Like, you're not, that's pretty much it. Like,
you get better at it.
Yeah.
It's like being drunk,
Because you always going to, go ahead, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, my bad. When you first start drinking, you get fucking stupid and blackout drunk, and people have to take care of you.
Oh, here we go.
You would think over the years that you would get better. Some people don't.
Yeah, now all I do is get blackout drunk. Nobody's taking care of me. I'm just there.
Get blackout drunk and eat mustard.
It's funny watching you get blacked out drunk. Like I just remember, just because of the moment we were hanging out for Corey's bachelorette weekend, I would always see you on the couch asleep, just like half a door open, because you had a fear of bobcats coming in or some shit. Just
those
like
things,
no blanket.
Those things are real, bro. Follow nature is metal.
Yeah,
they're dangerous, man. So I think I just watched too much like Nature is Metal on IG.
I love that page.
And there was a page I was following for a little bit, and it was all about cats, like wild cats.
Yo, wildcats are crazy.
So you got to be careful, especially we were in the Poconos, so you guys left the door open. I was by myself on that floor. Who's the first one that cat's gonna go after? Me.
Yeah, we were also in the woods too. I mean,
like the woods were right there.
Yeah, we were in the woods. This was back in December. We were in the woods. Yeah, of course. The threat of a bobcat. There were deer everywhere. So we're in the car, right? We're driving up. It's so foggy that you couldn't see like 3 feet ahead of you.
That was
in
so
the car,
scary.
Going up the mountain, and fucking at one point, I'm in the car with Julian, and fucking Turtle goes, "Oh my god, look at that deer!" And I almost had a fucking heart attack because he reacted the way he reacted.
Seeing Frank react, it's like, "Oh my god, it's a deer!" Like,
I literally wanted to turn around and fucking choke him like Homer Simpson. Because that shit, I was fucking genuinely terrified. I mean, it's scary being in the woods at night. Some people just do it for fun.
Yeah, you were driving, right, Julian? Were you driving?
Yeah, I was the one driving.
Julian was driving.
I was the one driving. Yeah.
I couldn't see. Sorry.
I couldn't see a thing. I could have went into someone's house. Like
Could have went into a ravine.
I was literally going just based on the GPS. So as the GPS was like turn, I was just turning the wheel, you know, because it was a winding road kind of when we got to the tail end when we were just arriving to the house.
Yeah.
So that was weird. I've never driven through something like that. I couldn't see a thing.
That was crazy. That's like experience. That's like real driving experience. Julian's a good driver, though. You know, back in the day, we used to go up to White Plains and hang out and shit. And fucking, the road would be so narrow because they would be doing construction, and he'd be just flying down the road. And it's like now that I'm a driver, I can't even, like, I'm not at that level yet. You know what I mean? Like, driving, I didn't realize how, I mean, you got to pay attention, you got to be alert and shit, and you can't be a person who's panicky. Because that's how my mom got into a car accident, but years ago, and she's terrified of driving. She's thinking about getting back into it. But, like, if you're, like, the type of person, like, now I understand why accidents happen more.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
because I prefer being a passenger, to be honest with you, if I had to choose.
I don't know. Like, I prefer... Yes, I do like being a passenger. I'd rather not be in control of a car, but I still have a fear that, like, if this person loses control, I have no control. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
No matter what, if I'm in an Uber or a taxi, I'm putting on that seatbelt.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of being a passenger. I've been driving too long. I don't enjoy it. I get worried.
Yeah.
I get someone coming down the ramp on the highway. If I'm the passenger, sometimes I flinch. I'm like, oh my god, I thought he was gonna hit us. Like, I'm not a good passenger at all. Especially if you're learning how to drive. I can't teach someone how to drive, and I can't be in there with a beginner who's going to make little mild mistakes. I get so nervous, I freak out, I'll scream at you. Am I right for that? Probably not.
No, you're right.
Are you guys?
It's all delivery.
Are you guys aggressive drivers? Like when you're driving, or like or you're like, oh well, make sure this fucker doesn't get in my way.
It depends what I'm listening to.
What does that mean?
If I'm listening to some hype shit, like some hip hop, some Kanye West, I'm cutting off everybody.
That fits your way of driving. I love it.
But if most of the time I'm listening to a podcast, I got my Joe Rogan on, I'm chilling. I'm trying to actually prolong the ride. I'm not in a rush because I'm just listening to the podcast. I leave early sometimes, you know, and then even now more since I have most of the time my daughter's in the car. I drive like a dad. Like an old man. I'm chilling. Yeah, I just take my time. But yeah, if I'm alone and got Kanye on or if I throw out some rock music or something, it's a wrap.
You got a baby on board sticker on the car?
Sometimes I debate doing that.
A baby on board. People will be nice to you. Like, people will not be dickheads to you.
You know what's funny? I don't have it. And when people are tailgating and they're all up on my ass, I'm like, I have a baby on board, you asshole.
Like a baby. When somebody's up my ass. By the way, I saw this meme the other day that I saved that says, me passing someone, you slow bitch. Me being passed. Okay, Speed Racer.
That is so accurate.
That's kind of true.
Is so true.
So who's right?
You slow bitch. Who's right? Well, there's a comment on it actually that I think solves who's right. It says, the exact speed at which I drive is the most correct and everyone else is stupid and should lose their license.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you guys believe in going at least 5-10 miles faster when you're on the passing lane? When you're if that's the speed limit, let's say if it's like 55, you would go 60, 65 above.
I go 10, because I think at least that's what I heard. I never got confirmation from a cop. I think if you're like at 11, you get points. If you're 11 over the speed limit, you get points. So I always go at 10.
Yeah, I feel like it's just an unwritten rule. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that like everyone does just not to get in trouble. So like they're like, all right, okay, 65 seems like legit, but if I go anything beyond that point, but it's not a definitive thing. He goes 55 is the definite. You know what I mean, or whatever.
I always go.
That's what I think.
Passing lane.
Yeah.
It might as well should be, right? They all could be. I always go as fast as. Or just below the fastest person, if that makes sense.
Isn't that one of those things where, like, it almost goes back to like when you were in school and everydoing.
Do you have a best dad ever, Monk?
Because I am the best dad ever.
Wait, are you a dad?
No.
Ryan's not a dad, but he does have a mug that says "Best Dad Ever."
Dude,
That's an awesome mug.
I wanted a huge mug, so I know we're getting off topic here, but like, this is the only one they had at Walmart. And I was like, Target.
No,
I was
that's
like,
good.
I'm getting this one. I
Yeah, that's
be,
awesome.
Fresh from college or sorority girl.
You could eat soup in that.
I can't eat soup. Good call. Shit.
You never ate soup in that?
I never ate soup out of this thing. I could put like two of them packets in there.
You could eat soup.
Oh, yeah. It always makes me jealous when I see kids at school when they bring soup to lunch. I'm like, how do you do that? How's it in a thermos? Your mom makes you that? Shit, my mom makes me like rice balls with bacon in it.
That doesn't sound like a bad thing either.
Yeah, I'd rather
it's
that.
not
Fast.
It's bad because it gets so fucking soggy in my lunchbox, and by the time lunch comes, like everything's like old and weird and doesn't taste good.
Yeah, but the noodles in the soup could get all gummy and shit too.
Yeah.
That's true too.
They like dissolve in your mouth.
You know, we always want what everybody else has. That's the
Grass is always green on the other side.
You're eating a PB&J. This guy's eating a ham sandwich, and you're like, this PB&J sucks. That ham sandwich looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he's thinking the same thing about you.
So just switch. Problem solved.
Yeah. You're like, I don't like my shoes. I want his shoes. I don't like my wife. I want his wife.
So then switch.
So then switch.
And that's how Wife Swap was created for television.
Yo, that shit is wild. Do you ever look at that shit? I watched that show one time, and you really got this wife who lives with this family who goes and switches with another wife and then has to get used to all the shit of that household and what kind of kids those are and like what kind of husband her. I saw this one time where I felt really bad for one of the wives because she went from her house where her husband just fucking ignored her all the time to a house where the other husband was like, yeah, like including her and shit. And she just felt like a fucking person. And I was like, damn, I feel really bad for this woman. Like, she needs to fucking evaluate her. She needs to have a conversation with this dude.
Well, is this
How did that
the wife swapped, or is this the original?
I don't remember. It was old. I'm sorry?
Is it was the wife with her actual husband, or is it the swipe of the other person?
No, when she swapped, she went from the house that her actual husband just ignored her all the time and shit. He would like come home and like open a beer and sit on the fucking front of the TV and just like she wasn't even. And then, she went to the other house and people paid attention to her. But that's fucking sad, bro. That's like somebody's reality. You know what I mean? Like that's on TV and shit, and that's like something you saw on TV. And for all I know, this shit could be staged, right?
Yeah,
'cause it's a reality show. But like, yo, there's really people that go home and nobody in their house fucking pays attention to them. Like that shit is sad.
Yeah, you don't want to be around with someone like that. Come on, or at least you want to be with a partner that cares about you.
Yeah, and usually, like, if nobody's talking to you at home, it's probably because you were right about something, and everybody's all salty and bitter about it.
That's you might as well not be home.
Might as well not be home.
Yeah.
Because that's when you start having those thoughts, like, well, fuck, what if I never even just came home? Nobody would probably even notice. And then one day you sit in the car and you turn the gas on. And you just sit there and wait.
Yeah, you just park in your garage, keep the door closed, and just like...
Can you imagine that shit? Those people that do that? Like, it's almost like when you eat an edible and you're like, I'm not even high yet. Like, but you sit in the car, you're like, I'm not even dead yet.
Like, what would you...
I'm still alive.
Like,
what the fuck?
That's got to be a bad way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just waiting for it. Like, seriously, just sitting there waiting for it. Like, is this supposed to take this long?
I feel like they do that hoping that someone comes to stop them.
Probably.
That is a
possibility. If you really wanted to do it, you would do it like a quick one. You would just like people who jump off a building, like, you got to be real pissed if you jump off a building and live.
Yeah, if you fuck up, you're like, oh, shit.
Because that does happen, too.
Yeah, that does happen. I mean, that's rough, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have... I mean, that's a mental disorder. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, that's rough.
What else is it?
Yeah, for those that are
wait, what's so rough about
it?
Wait, what's the problem?
Here's the thing. You know why I can't like kill myself like that? I'll be so fucking bored. Like I'm just like, all right, gassed. Okay, well, should I play music or something? Like you have to. Like, I feel like you have to keep the mood of being depressed and hating yourself or whatever stuff just to make yourself kill yourself. It's so stupid.
What would you play, Phil Collins?
That'll make me happy. I think I would just probably like just blast that and be like, I'm just getting high now. I feel like I learned to live again, and then
wait, do you get high from that first?
With the gas? I think so, right? Because you're taking all that I think it makes you a little bit high and you pass out from it. Like
no, I thought it was. This is me talking completely out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is funny because I could I'm sitting in front of a computer. We all are. I could literally look up what.
Yeah.
But I think it's this has the same effect as carbon monoxide, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like
it just happens. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Where it just kind of it creeps in and it just shuts down the function of your lungs. Mm-hmm. Which is really shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, so then if it's like that, it doesn't seem like a bad way to go. I guess, but sitting there and waiting for it to happen, that's got us.
Yeah, the waiting for it to happen part. It's like somebody's about to jump in front of a train, right? It's like, Jesus Christ, 2 minutes? It's the longest 2 minutes of my life.
Yeah, that's got to...
Meanwhile, they've been alive already for 37 years. Just the longest 2 minutes.
But joking aside...
Then the cop comes, hey, sir, I need you to step away from the platform. And he's like, all right, I'm going to step away. And then 2 minutes is up, and he fucking runs as fast as he can. Anyway.
All right, for those any listeners out there contemplating this sort of thing, please look up a suicide hotline or some sort. Talk to somebody if you are thinking about that sort of thing.
Yeah, we're not making light of suicide here.
I
think that we're just discussing it because there's a fine line.
Yeah,
there's a fine because we're laughing because we're silly boys, right? But the truth,
we done silly boys.
But the truth of the matter is, I think that we should be able to discuss things that are real without people going, hey, you guys are making fun of that. No, we're not. Do you want me to make fun of it?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
I mean, I think you can laugh at anything. You can make a joke about anything.
Totally.
And at the same time, understand that it's an issue or people go through it. I get it. I totally agree.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's what comedy is, right? Every joke, what's that saying? Every joke comes from...
Every joke has truth in it. Truth in every
joke.
Yeah,
there you go. That one. Yeah, the truth in every joke. Yeah.
You know what the last thing I googled is? Is Godzilla a girl? And I'll get back more on that later. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna look up the definition.
I have a lot to talk about that too as well. Yeah. I'm sorry. To get back to that bit about funny and suicides.
Wait, hold on. Before you say that, Ryan.
Okay.
Comedy is professional entertainment consisting of jokes and satirical sketches intended to make an audience laugh.
Yeah.
Very vague.
Yeah. So
do that shit on purpose.
Rob Schraub had this joke on what's it called? On Hot Tub Time Machine. My favorite thing, what he says is how I like to go out? If I want to kill myself, I'm going to kill myself with a shotgun to the dick. Shit like that's freaking funny to me.
That sounds awful.
It also seems like you could live. It seems like you could live through.
Oh, you can definitely live from that.
And
you'll bleed that out. You'll just bleed. But
can you imagine the times that you've been in pain and none of them are as bad as that?
What? The shotgun?
Yeah, you've never shot yourself in the dick with a fucking shotgun.
But I feel like it'd be so painful. It's something, at least, I've never experienced it, but I've heard that something is so painful that the adrenaline rushes through your body and you don't even feel it after a while.
Well, you can also go into shock as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which is,
I feel like that's what would happen to me anyway. I'd freak out.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I went into shock one time and I had that hot coal fell on my chest at that hookah lounge one time. And
I remember you telling me about that.
And I got a 2nd-degree burn, which I didn't treat right away because I was drinking a bunch of wine and I was out. And I went to the doctor the next day. They were like, yo, if this shit got infected, it was right near my heart. They were like, if this shit got infected, you would have died.
That's crazy.
And it's crazy that you just went home and went to sleep. But I did go into shock.
God, dude.
Because the fucking coal fell on me and it was flaming. It was like an actual hot coal. And used my bare hand to pick it up off my chest and throw it off of me, and I also had a fucking burn on my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's crazy.
And I went into shock. Like, I'm not one of those dudes that faints or passes out or anything, because I think that's kind of like. I always make fun of Turtle because he told me he passed out one time and I called him a bitch. But I feel like, you know, that's I don't do that. So I did like fall. I didn't like go unconscious, but I did like fall down, like, oh shit, like, and I was in shock, which, you know, that shit was not cool. But I didn't really feel the pain right away. It didn't really hurt until the next. Like, it hurt at the moment because I started like sizzling a little bit.
Damn, how long was it on you?
Yeah,
it was literally on me for probably like 5 seconds.
Do you have any type of burn scars from that?
Bro, so this shit happened to me when I was like 23, and I put vitamin E and shit on it, and it healed. Like, I'm like,
it wasn't that bad of degree burn.
I mean, I got hair on my chest and shit too. But it healed.
Like, you
I
get
used
that.
to shave my chest at the time.
Why?
I used to shave my chest. I used to shave my whole front body.
Why not be proud of that chest, man? Let that hair grow, man. Look at Julian's beard.
No, because you got to think about the times, right? The times where you were clean shaven and you didn't have any hair on your chest, and you had no pubes, because that's what all the hot dudes did, right? It's like when girls used to have thin eyebrows. Now they got thick eyebrows.
What hot dudes?
Yeah, you know the hot dudes.
Go on.
What do you
elaborate by? Don't point this direction at me. I don't know what you mean.
Name 5 hot dudes.
I name 5 hot
five
dudes.
Dudes. All right, 5 dudes you find hot.
Okay.
5 dudes that you find attractive.
All right.
Name 5 men that you think are attractive.
Brad Pitt.
You
George
still like
Clooney.
him? You still think he's hot now that he's old too? Or do you like him young?
I liked him young.
You do like him young, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I do. I like them all young.
Sorry, that was a trap. Wait. So you prefer young?
So is Chris Hansen here? Am I going to be taken in?
Chris, come in, get him. We got him. We got a confession.
We got the evidence right here. A big mug is his best dad ever. He's definitely a fucking pedophile. He definitely fucks kids.
Name 4 more hot dudes.
No, why don't you name a hot dude in exchange?
I'll name a hot dude right now. I got a problem naming a hot dude. I think Idris Elba's a hot dude.
He's a hot dude.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I could agree with
dude.
that.
You know, I don't want to fuck him. I'm not into dudes. I don't want to see his dick. I just think he's a hot dude, and I can admit that. Hey, whoa, hold on to your knickers, mates. We're going into a commercial break, and we're back. There's hot dudes out there, bro.
I know. No, I know. Like, it's. I love when this always comes up. Where it's kind of like a semi-trap of a bit, where it's like, oh, I'm gay. I can name hot dudes.
You got to prove how
like,
not gay.
Like,
you have to. I don't need to prove how not gay.
I'm comfortable with my sexuality.
My husband knows I'm gay. Yo, Julian, who's a hot dude? Who's a hot dude that you like? That you would like go out and have a cup of coffee with?
Tom Hardy.
Not a beer, man.
Oh, Tom Hardy's great.
He seems like a cool dude. He seems like
he's not that tall. I thought he was taller.
Oh, I'd definitely go out with him then.
He's probably about your height.
Yeah, that's good.
6'4".
I like him small.
Small man. Small man's.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise.
He's a little.
Even at his age. No, I mean another hot dude.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if
he got a good head of hair on him.
I don't know if I could hang out with Tom Cruise. Like,
I'm sure. I want to get in that mind. I want to know what he's thinking.
Wow. So you look for more intellect.
No, I just want to know more about. I want to know more about Scientology. Like, why is he there?
You want to stimulate his mind. You know, it's real disappointing when you find out some people do that. Like, because I did a report on Scientology.
Oh, did you?
When I was in college, and
Isn't that when you almost joined?
No.
Wait, you almost joined?
No. No, I didn't almost join, but I did go to the church of Scientology. There's like a main one here in Manhattan, here in New York City, in Manhattan. I'm currently not in Manhattan, not that anybody gives a shit, right? But I went, and there's a lot of fucking. I mean, spent my whole life in Catholic school pretty much, apart from a few years I was in public school. And I was sitting there in class thinking, so we are looking at this Bible and all these old-ass stories, and some of them have talking animals in them, and that's cool. But now I'm supposed to be a part of a group of people that are making me feel bad for doing normal shit all the time. So, and then I went into, and there's nothing wrong with Catholicism. And then I went into Scientology church, and I saw a bunch of shit that I also just thought was kind of dumb. But that's just one man's opinion.
Do you think, like, by having this knowledge of, like, because you come from a Catholic background and you having an education, that it kind of informed your way of seeing things from right and wrong in some way? You know, like, I feel like education and like that could really change your mind of your output of how things, like, not like, all right, strictly not be like, all right, well, the commandments are entirely correct or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
I think that
law.
shit's all
That's
necessary and important. I think because there are people who need that. You know what I mean? Like, I think it is important to, you know, if you look at the 10 Commandments, they say shit that's like normal that people should follow anyway. Thou shalt not kill, right? Like, you shouldn't just go kill somebody.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's important for some people. Some people just like to pick. Some people like to feel like, I think people like to, I could be totally wrong. I'm just one person, right?
Yeah.
Some people like to just feel like they're in control of everything they're consuming. So some people may not give a fuck about the government or politics, and they want to be focused on, like, well, this person doesn't tell me what to do because I answer to a higher power. Luckily, a lot of times, the rules are the same. So as long as you're not acting like an asshole, you're not going to end up in prison or dead because you fucking acted like a human. You know what I mean?
But what about the case for, I know this is probably a little off topic here, but like...
No, go ahead.
What about Michael Jordan? He was a complete dick on, like, the Bulls.
I thought you were going to say
like,
Michael Myers.
Oh, Michael Myers, he just murdered people. But yeah, like, what about him? Like, you know, he was a complete asshole, but he pushed these players to be the best, and they appreciated him, but also they hated him at the same time. But he made history, and it's such a weird thing of, like, treating people like that way, you know, like, to be the best.
Wait, what's the question?
Sorry, I probably didn't get that question. What do you think about that? Like, you said, like, you know, I was trying to be, like, anti, like, oh yeah, don't be an asshole. But some cases, I feel like being an asshole, if you're pushing people past their limits to be the best, I think that in some way that is right. Like, let's say it's a game, or you need to convince someone to be like, oh, we need to do this for the good or bad.
I would say it depends on the person. Like, it worked for Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And if you feel all right with acting that way, like, what is right? Like, the question here was being right? So I mean, that's subjective. Like, Corey's gonna have his own.
Oh, I like that.
He's gonna have his own. He's gonna have his own thought process for what's right or what's moral. Let's use moral in a sense. Like, I want this person to do, like, for example, let's go back to the two husbands that you mentioned in that show. One is like, I want my wife to do something for me. Am I gonna just be that husband that sits on the couch and drinks beer and says, hey, can you do that? Hey, go do that for me. Or am I gonna be the husband that's like, hey, let's go do that together? You know, I want to go to the store. You want to come? I need something from the store. Would you come with me? I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but, like, there's different approaches. And that guy sitting on the couch, maybe he said, hey, go get me that fucking beer over there. But to him, that's right. Yeah. You know?
And she got it as fast as she could.
Yeah, so you know? It's all subjective. And then I think you asked something about the church. Like, what was it you asked about the church? Like,
like, does it inform whatever, if what your background is, Julian, like, similar to Corey's, by your experience through the church or in your in education, does it affect your thought process, your philosophy, your way of going through that compass of right and wrong? Like, did that inform you in some way and made you upon your decisions? You know what I mean?
I'd definitely say yeah. You know, I went to Catholic school for a couple years, but I was brought up in the church from my parents, Baptist church, and, like, you learn what it's right and wrong. You know, whatever that meant to the church, which I think in that regard is just being a good person, like being nice to people, being. I mean, I don't know. Like you said, don't kill anybody. I don't lie. For example, like that's something I don't do. I do not like if I lie. It's like really for little things, and I won't call it lying. I bend the truth a little bit, you know.
That's still
It's
lying.
like, oh, I'm sorry, there was traffic, but really you just overslept.
Yeah, something like that, you know.
You know.
Yeah.
I get that, and also too. I mean, well, because and I'm not trying to defend, you know, the church or anything like that. I think there are good people, and I think that the message is intended to be good. I think that there are assholes that are just individual people that have done shady shit and gotten in trouble, and it just has reflected badly. But you can't judge a whole organization on one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't judge a whole group by one for sure.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
That kind of goes in with everything that's happening today, right?
Yeah.
People wanted to call all the protesters rioters and whatnot. Meanwhile, it's not like that at all.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know, I just think it's really weird. Just in general, like I always think about, like how you like if you're gonna treat life like it was a game, not in a childish way, but just like in a, you know, there's an objective and there's tasks and there's things you got to do every day and there's levels you can get to and it's unlimited. Like you can, whatever success you achieve, you can get it if you work hard for it and whatever the case. But like if you think about life as a game, some people are just playing the game weird. Like some people are just like playing scared, which I always say to myself, like this person's just playing scared. Or people are like, anything they see that they're not familiar with, they just react irrationally to it because they're afraid. You know, and you see something's changed. People don't like change. Change freaks people out. Something changed. People start forming fucking groups against each other. Yo, it's just like Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
It's just like Lord.
Yeah, we're gonna have a like this group of kids have a boulder waiting to smash the kid that's a little bit chubby. That's fucked up.
They're gonna kill the chubby kid, and they called him Piggy. Didn't they call him Piggy?
They call him Piggy. It's so funny.
You know, people say kids are
fuck those
mean, but I
kids.
think kids are honest.
At the moment, when they're just not, you know, grown up yet or like have that experiences to become like who we are now. Not saying that we are right, but at least I think through experience, through understanding, you know, time.
Yeah.
You know, we can all teach each other things. You know, we can
Yeah.
teach each other how to be right correctly. If I could go back in time, Julian, if you could go back in time,
Here we go.
I would say maybe about 17. But you're yourself. Just go back in time and you run into yourself somewhere on the street and you're alone. And you go, hey, look, it's me. I'm you from the future.
From the future.
Come with me if you want
Look,
to live.
Don't listen to anybody. You can grow a beard. Look. Right? And then
Yeah,
go,
back then that wasn't happening. I was
Yeah.
so happy with the chin strap back then.
Yeah, right? It was like the fucking Dipset, Joel Santana chin strap.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you right now, you know, it's actually a really funny thing. So years ago, Ryan, Turtle said to Julian, your whole family couldn't grow my beard. And,
Oh shit.
now Julian has a full beard. I'm the only one that can't grow a full beard.
Yeah, I can't grow a beard at all, too.
But,
I grew this beard because of that. No, I'm just kidding.
spite-
But last time I saw him, I did say that. I said, hey, remember when you said my whole family couldn't grow this beard? Look at my beard.
damn,
Look at my beard.
that's an example of a guy who had to take a long time to learn how to be right correctly.
Yeah.
We talk about that a lot. But yeah, no. So if you ran into yourself, what would you tell him about being humble? Sit down, because that's what it comes down to, really. Like, can you just be humble enough to handle a situation where you're right or wrong and just go, oh, you know what? Fuck it. You got it. What kind of advice would you give yourself anyway, regardless? It doesn't even have to be about that. What would you say to yourself at 17 right now?
Oh man, I would say to 17-year-old Julian, do what you say you're gonna do. You know, because a lot of times, even right now, I'm sitting here with you guys. There's mad shit I told my wife I was gonna do, and I haven't done it. Like within the past couple months, you know. So, and nothing like I would say that she'd leave me over. It's like my own personal growth, that kind of stuff, you know. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I haven't done it. And you know what it is? I've always had so many ideas. Like I'll think of something today, and then tomorrow I'll think of something else, and I'll drop that. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it now. I'm gonna try to do this, and then I got another idea later that night. So I would just tell myself to do what I say I'm gonna do, to see it through, whatever it is.
Hell yeah, man!
And that version.
Go ahead. And I have one other thing I would tell myself.
That version of you will remember that anytime they're thinking about not doing a thing they said.
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing I would tell myself is don't listen to anybody else. Don't listen to anybody else.
Don't listen to the naysayers.
Yeah, because I ended up being at a job for 8 years because I listened to other people. Granted, great things came out of that. I learned a lot. I was in banking, was able to buy an apartment, and like I did well for 8 years. But I was never happy. I never kept it real with myself, and I would tell myself, don't listen to other people. Just do what you want, do what you want to do. And see it through. Do what you say you're going to do. Yeah, definitely.
That's really good advice, man.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, deep, dude.
Wow, man. You really
and I ain't even drinking.
He's a dad. He's got
a clear
bad
mind
fists
is always...
and great advice.
Honestly, I'll tell you what, this COVID thing has given me so much time to reflect. Being home, 4 months now, I think? April, May, June, July. Oh, shit, 5 months. 5 months.
Bro.
That's crazy.
We're about to all have birthdays again.
Yeah.
That's insane.
This has been a
5
weird
months, so,
fucking year.
I think it's... And I remember at the beginning of this, I remember people saying, like, posting things on Instagram, this isn't a contest, or you don't have to be active. How about you just mind your business?
Yeah.
Minding your business is my favorite thing in the world.
And if somebody's over here excited because, hey, I started working out every day. Hey, I decided to learn how to cook. Hey, I decided to take up art. Hey, I organized my whole apartment and I remodeled it.
Yeah, take a look at what I did. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, how about you be happy for them? And maybe you're just projecting some sad-ass shit going on in your life.
Oh, my God. It's so true. It's so true. Like, let people just be... Can't you just let people be happy?
Yeah. Don't shit on their shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's like if you like something, that goes back to that attitude like when you were younger. You like something, but you didn't want to tell anybody because you didn't want to get made fun of about it. Like it.
I think about that from time to time.
It's like, I like this shit. Like, what? Like, you know what? I like reality TV. I do. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I don't care. Make fun of me. I'm a grown fucking man.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, and I think, and that's something that I'm actually want to instill in my daughter. Like, I always think how I don't want her to be the way I was growing up in a way. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to advise. I don't want to tell her what to do. I want to advise her. And if she likes something, I'm going to encourage her to do it. But I'm also not going to let her just quit like I used to do. Like, I'd be like, I want to do this. I want to do this. And that wasn't right. Talking about being right? That wasn't right for me to try something for a week and then give up because maybe I sucked at it for a week. Well, let me give it a month. Let me give it 2 months. Let me give it 3 months or whatever. Like, give it a little extra time.
Absolutely.
So,
you know what a real thing is, too? Like, so me and Julian used to work out together, like, every morning back, like, years ago. Like, fucking probably, like, 8 years ago.
8 years ago, yeah.
And we were, like, on some bodybuilding shit at the time, lifting heavy. But you know what we would always do?
What's that?
And I think back and I wish that I would have done this differently. We would always have multiple upper body days and just like one weak ass, whack ass bullshit leg day. And that shit ultimately resulted in me hurting my fucking lower back because I didn't have this glute hamstring strength to support my lumbar spine to do some of the shit that I was doing and pull some of the weight I was doing. So I always think about how it took me being in some of the worst pain I've ever been in my entire life to learn in hindsight that I should have, thought I should have been a little bit more focused on being well-rounded and functional than being so big and fucking strong. You know what I mean? Like, for what? so I could have some skinny ass legs and huge fucking arms.
Yeah.
I mean, so stupid.
It's what you wanted at the time.
But you know what though? It's like you said. It's like that example of you don't want your kid to be like how you were when you would like listen to other people. You know what I mean? Like I was only taught, all right, we're gonna work on these guns, we're gonna do some bench, and we're gonna do some rows. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
that's how we do it, bro.
Like, I don't even remember the last time I fucking went into the gym and just like worked out my arms. I don't do that shit anymore. You know what I mean? And it came from me learning and getting hurt, obviously. But that's just, I mean, it's just one example. It's not even necessarily about the gym, but just about a lot of things. I mean, like the environment we came from. Like I remember riding around on a skateboard and getting made fun of because that was quote unquote a white boy thing, right? So I'm riding around on a skateboard and it's like you feel a little bit embarrassed rolling through the hood on a fucking skateboard because you think motherfuckers are making fun of you. And they are, because they don't know any better either.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like,
I mean, go ahead, my fault.
I was just gonna add on to like about like your experiences. I feel like through the failure of like just lifting so much and getting that pain resulted into what you are now. I feel like that's what I believe in. Like the mistakes you made you learn to do what's proper and right. And that's it's like the like what Alfred said to Batman. It's like, what are you for? To learn to pick yourself up. Shit like that.
Yeah. Well. So I mean, I wanted to address what you said. Like that, I think that goes to like exposure. Like if you think about the magazines you would read, and we would read all of them: Men's Fitness, Men's Health, Muscle and Fitness. There was another one, Muscle something. There was a fucking bodybuilder on the front.
Muscle and Fitness, Muscular Development, all that shit.
Yeah, and it was, at least back then, what was being promoted wasn't about like corrective exercises or mobility and stuff like that. Like you'll get a page on yoga and you'd be like, pass. Like I'm gonna pass this.
Yeah,
page.
You skip over it. This is for the broads.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I remember there was a whole. The only time I read a yoga one was Jeremy Piven was on the cover of Men's Health, and he was talking about how he started doing yoga and he stopped eating meat and only fish. And I was like,
got mercury poisoning at one point.
Yes. Yeah, and then he started eating meat. I was like, well, that's what you get for being a pussy. You shouldn't have quit meat.
Because it was that macho attitude that was ingrained in us.
Exactly. So it's because of that is why we just kept lifting weights, and we had this idea that we had to do this particular thing. Goes to exposure. Same thing with the guys in the hood when you were riding the skateboard. Had they saw maybe some music videos with people riding a skateboard, they wouldn't look at you like you are some nerdy kid or whatever they thought, or a black dude trying to be a white or whatever they thought.
Well,
because if they would have just
was around.
Yeah, but I mean,
Skateboard P.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've heard of him before.
I mean, that's like one person. Yeah, I don't remember like think about the New York influences that we had. We didn't see like 50 Cent. You ever see a skateboarder in a G Unit video or a Jay-Z video?
Was talking about shooting people.
Exactly. So it was about this mentality of being like tough. And apparently, I guess skateboarding wasn't tough, quote unquote.
Not for nothing. I know a kid that got jumped, and he had a skateboard. Well, they tried to jump him, and he fucking hit one of the dudes that tried to jump him in the face with a skateboard, and the trucks hit the dude, and he fucking
that shit'll hurt.
Dude's head open.
That's crazy.
But hey, man, you should have been trying to jump me, bro.
Yeah.
Now your head's busted open. Now your head's busted open because you tried to jump me.
Yeah.
Think about it next time.
Yeah, I'm Bart Simpson the shit out of you, bitch.
Honestly, a skateboard is a weapon. Anything's a weapon.
Oh,
really.
absolutely.
Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough. But it's 100% true. But also too, you got to shed that skin of being so concerned. I love that you said that, being so concerned with listening to what everybody else thinks. You know what I mean? Like, if you are about to make a major decision, and the reason that you're talking to people is because you want to know what they think about it, then you're not ready to make that decision.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, if you want to make a decision, you're going to make it, and you'll tell people about it later probably, or they'll see. But, don't be scared to make choices. Ain't no half-stepping.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to have a conversation, do it with yourself. Go have a glass of whiskey, smoke a little weed, have a conversation with yourself, Figure your shit out before you make that decision. Don't go by anybody else. Right? You know what? I write shit down. You know, I do a pros and cons list sometimes. I put my thoughts on paper. I might record the audio, listen back. I tell you what, I think very well when I'm high.
Everybody got a process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know.
Everybody's got a process. For me, I really live by that. Like, if it's not like an immediate yes, it's not necessarily a definite no, but I can't make the choice right now. Like, I gotta fucking maybe come back to it. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm about to make a decision, and now I'm married too, so like, it depends on the decision, right? Like, yeah. I'm like one of those guys. I didn't understand this shit when I was younger. But it's like, I got to talk to my wife about this shit.
Yeah, so you need to consult. You know, just in case.
I got to consult with my wife. I can't just make this choice. you know? Unless I want a fucking problem.
I invested all my money in these lottery tickets. You know, like, you can't do shit like that.
Did you know somebody did that recently and he won like $3 million or something?
Oh yeah,
that's amazing.
He drove around to 22 stores in his, I guess, state or whatever county, and he won a $3 million lottery ticket.
That's insane.
He bought all of the that whatever it was, Win for Life. Let's say he bought all the Wins for Life at 22 or 23 stores.
That's smart.
Damn. Yeah.
That's really smart.
That's kind of risky.
Yeah, like the predictability.
I'm sure he spends thousands.
Risky. Oh yeah.
But I mean, the return on that investment. Ooh, baby.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, I mean that's just a good story too.
Yeah.
Luckily, he was right, because if he would have been wrong, that would have been shitty. A shitty feeling.
Stories like that too perpetuate hope, I believe. Like,
oh yeah,
when you tell somebody, especially a kid, because kids are so impressionable. You tell a fucking kid, if you tell them no, you can't do that, then they're gonna grow up their whole life being afraid to do shit. If you tell a kid that story, they're like, well, this person took a chance and that worked for them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go buy a bunch of fucking lottery tickets, but I will try to pursue my dream.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a problem with a lot of, like, you know, things nowadays. Like, you know, back then with our, like, not say for everyone's parents, but, like, I'm using my parents for example. Like, they're old school Filipino parents, you know, like, you know, born, like many generations before, and like their idea was like, you know, the old school mindset of like, all right, your life is just to create the nuclear family, work your ass off, and that's it. It doesn't matter about your happiness, the art, and all that. And I felt like having that mentality kind of made me and my brothers kind of miss out on those best things we could be. Like, I never thought I could be right here, right now with you guys if I didn't take that risk or get rid of that old mindset that like have the idea that we're open to do things, that we're able to create art, we're able to do a show, we're able to box, you're able to, you know, shit like that, you know.
Yeah, they want you to go to school and become a safe career because there's also a different mind state too. Like, you know, they come from a time probably where they saw what it looked like to not have anything, and they want their kids to
have everything.
Have, you know, I mean, I know, like, see, my parents, like, my mom is just super supportive of, like, whatever I do. Like, if I told my mom, hey, listen, I just want to sit on your couch and get drunk every day until I'm 42, she would not be happy about it, but she would let me do it.
You
know what I mean? But luckily, my parents are also a little younger as well. So, and my dad, I think, is a little bit more career-oriented. My mom is very family-oriented. My dad is more like business. And, of course, he obviously would, when I was younger, was just worried that I would end up being in a shitty position. Luckily, I'm not, but I know he was very concerned about that and wanted me to go to really good schools and wanted me to work good jobs and wanted to know if I was making money and shit. And family pressure is weird, too, when it comes to that. Like, because you just, in the back of your mind, even if you make any kind of risky decision, you're always thinking, fuck, like, am I about to let my parents down?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's still good to have, though.
But we live in a good time. Like,
of course.
The way things are going, you're not even going to have to go to school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're really not. You can do Skillshare, learn a
trade,
an art, a trade, and make something of yourself.
Yeah, just go on YouTube and do it yourself
Yeah,
now. Everyone's
absolutely.
doing it. Dude,
Yeah.
like, I know this is a little off topic. Chris was looking up, my roommate was looking up fencing, and, like, he's looking up do-it-yourself shit, and then we tried going to Home Depot. Apparently, all the wood is sold out because everyone is doing do-it-yourself shit. You can't
That's
find
dope.
lumber
Oh, yeah.
anywhere.
That's dope.
And this is
Oh,
because of COVID.
Bro, we bought 2 bookshelves, bought a big-ass plank of wood from Home Depot, came home, stained it, and now it, like, goes across the top, and we got plants on it and shit. But we just, like, did this project one day. I got a friend who actually he's, like, building a gym in his parents' basement.
That's dope.
Yo, he built this pull-up bar out of, like, pipes and shit that they went and bought at Home Depot, and they, like, welded it together, and it's bolted into the ceiling.
Oh, that's
and now He's got,
awesome.
like, cables and pulleys and shit in the basement. He's got like, a fucking proper gym.
You know how gratifying that's gonna feel once it's fully done. Like, how did you
my
feel
God.
after you finish staining that plank of wood? It's just a plank of wood. You finish staining it. You put it up. You put all your plants, your books, anything else you put in there. How good did it feel?
Bro, it felt great. You sit down and it's directly across from the couch.
Yeah.
You sit there, you're looking at it, you're proud of yourself. You get that sense of pride.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Doing shit at home is good. I didn't appreciate it. You know, I felt like a lot of time in my youth, I was trying to avoid being home because I just didn't want to be home. You know, but for a lot of reasons. But as I got older, my dad used to tell me this shit when I was a kid. My dad's in real estate, and he used to be like, "Yo, you got to get your home together as soon as you get a chance, and you're older." Make your home a place that's comfortable that you want to be in. He was like, you ever notice how when black people go on vacation, they're so happy to be there because the fucking hotel is nice and all this shit? But he said, you ever notice how white people can't wait to go home? Because they put so much time. They put so much time into their
I've
homes.
I've never heard this. That's hilarious.
My dad used to say this shit to me. Because they live in these beautiful homes and they can't wait to get back to them because there's nothing like their home. He was like, you want your home to be like that you can't fucking stand to be anywhere else. And I was like, that's cool. You know, but he used to say this shit to me all the time. And I used to think, man, white people must have really nice homes.
No, yeah, being home is awesome. And I definitely get what he's saying by having a comfortable home. Like, because it wasn't until, we've had this apartment for, I think, 4 years. And it took us a while to actually decorate and figure out what we were going to do with it. Example, we finally finished the bedroom. Like, now the bedroom is, like, it feels like a family. Because we have a 1-bedroom, so my daughter sleeps in it. But now I put up a canopy. I did the closet. I helped this guy build these 2 closets in the room. And, like, the room is completely different than what it looked like before. And it just feels so good now to be in that room. Where before it was like, I'm only going in there to sleep. Now I'll go in there and I'll lay down, I'll read a book, I'll play some chess, and I'm like chilling. Like, I like being in the room.
Yo, but I think that's one of the beautiful parts of quarantine, giving people a chance to reset.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, you get a chance, like, this shit is hard on people financially. There's a lot of uncertainty. It's depressing. You're in your fucking house. You might be in a toxic relationship. You might be stuck with that person. Your family might be driving you crazy, all this shit. But, it's also a chance where you could evaluate those things. Where you could, like, be like, I don't like this about my place. Let me fix this. Let me get rid of this shit. Let me fix my relationships with my family.
Yeah.
Because we're in each other's faces all the time. Let's get close. Let's connect.
Yeah.
Brother Bear.
Yeah. Like, do those hobbies that you never get to do when you're, like, working 24/7, you know? Pick up the piano. You know?
Absolutely.
Well, I saw a thing, learn an instrument. I know a girl who's playing guitar every day. I, like, see it on her Instagram. I'm like, yo, that's so fucking dope. It's like, yo, and I've heard, people always want to point out negative shit, right? Like, I heard people say, like, oh, the divorce rate is going to be high because of quarantine and shit. But I also know personally people who have gotten their relationship to a very good place because of their being forced to be together and talk to each other and communicate.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
there's always there's always like as much negative shit is out there and as accessible as it's easy as literally just hitting the Safari button on your fucking iPhone. But as much as the negative shit is accessible, there's always a fucking good side of that story. It's like somewhere, unless it's like fucking there's an explosion in Beirut and everybody's like, whoa, what the fuck, But otherwise, you got to look for the positive shit because they're just gonna keep giving you the negative shit. Now go learn how to play the guitar.
Absolutely.
Pick up the skateboard. Screw everyone else. Hit them in the head.
Now would be a good time to adopt a dog. You could adopt a dog. You could become a parent. Julian became a parent at the right time. It's almost like he planned COVID.
I did come back. I did go to China, rather.
He brought it back.
I think I got. I think they saw what it started like in November or something. October. I just beat it. I
nice.
Got back in September. Yeah.
Got that COVID to go. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So have you guys learned?
Oh yeah, go on.
I'm sorry.
Wait! No!
I heard that talking. We've been so nice to each other.
Yeah. What have you guys been doing since the COVID? Like anything you picked up? Any new skills you're trying to learn, or taking time for yourself to reflect on anything in particular?
Do you want me to start?
You can start, man.
I've read a book every month. Which is nice because I've been wanting to read more. I've been writing a little bit more again. I wrote a couple stories since COVID started. In terms of like my art, I started a solo podcast called Corey Has a Podcast.
Yeah, you do.
I kind of have. Me and my wife bought a car, so now I kind of have a mobile gym. So I go to my clients now and train them, and I've been able to retain some clients even though gyms are closed. And I'm kind of just piecing together equipment that I can get for myself so I can make my home almost like have everything I need for the kind of workouts that I like to do, because obviously as a trainer you train people but you don't work out the way you train your clients oftentimes.
No, everyone's different. Yeah.
So and then me and Hannah, we turn this shit into we got like a backdrop and we're gonna be shooting some things, and I've been working on my website actually, so for my training business.
Oh, dope.
That's it. Yeah.
I feel like it's like you're kind of creating your, like, for COVID times, everyone's creating their own COVID bunker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is your survival space now.
Oh, for sure. I bought some knives too. Sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, I got into shooting. I'm actually gonna get.
You just got into it. I know you talked about it. I know Julian trains me as well for his boxing, which is great. Wait. So you got into got into shooting? Just like you just wanted to try it? Like we were watching like John Wick videos, or just like I want to shoot something.
I always wanted to do it, and for years. And I've gone shooting a couple times, but I never like purchased my own rifle or anything. And I always wanted to go hunting. I wanted to kill my own. I wanted to kill an animal, kill my own like dinners, pretty much. Like I want to bring that shit home and have it from. Sitting in my freezer for months, and always feel good about the fact that I killed.
Yeah,
I killed
this animal. I'm feeding my family. On some man shit.
That's real primal.
On some man shit. Take it how you want it.
That's a real primal instinct.
Yeah. So I always wanted to do that. So I go every week. I go shooting, and I'm getting better. And I'm working on getting my hunting license. I think that's the most consistent thing I've done throughout all of COVID. Is continuously go once a week shooting, working on the hunting license, and just learning about like what you need to go hiking, what you need to go to take with you to go hunting. Learning about firearm safety, and like it's a deep world which I'm really enjoying getting into.
That's sweet.
That's cool, man.
So yeah,
I'm happy you finally found your passion in life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's my only passion, but it's definitely getting there. Like I really enjoy it. I met a couple people. It's like anything else, right? You keep going to the gym, you go to the gym at the same time. You make friends with the people there, right? So I go to the shooting range typically at the same time, same day of the week. You meet people that are already hunters. They're teaching you shit. You're learning how to shoot better, learning what equipment is best for you. It's pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
That's cool, bro. You've always been one of those guys that like will pick up something and be good at it no matter how long you stop. Dude, you had a mean jump shot.
Yeah, I can't handle the ball for shit though.
Jump shot. His jump shot was crazy though.
Yeah, I don't know about that anymore.
I
I don't even know if that's true. I'm just going with it.
I just remember you shooting jump shots at Kips Bay.
Oh yes, yeah. Okay, maybe it is true. Yeah.
keep working on it. Yeah. I guess for me, what I've like it was a tough few months for me. Like I'll make it short. Like I was fresh from a breakup. Like it's mostly for me is a big mental thing I learned from these past couple months. Just being alone, be able to be comfortable to be alone with myself and understanding that things are out of my be very philosophical, just educating myself, just giving myself time to heal. That's most of the time I've been using. And then learning to do yourself shit. I'm cooking now. I'm
Dope.
CrossFit, man. I'm getting back into shape. I got fucking fat in the first couple months.
Did you get fat?
Yeah, I did. My belly's still there, man. I got a little bit chubby. You didn't see me. You saw me from the neck up. But anything below, baby, the things are hanging.
So you were hiding this from me the whole time.
Yeah, baby. I can't show you that I'm weak. Never in front of you.
No, but you see what I mean, though. It's it's all you gotta just take. If you're gonna just be alive, you gotta do it. You gotta make it as comfortable as you can.
Yeah.
It's like in the hospital when the person's about to die, and they go, "We've made him as comfortable as we can."
I mean,
I watched a movie where that happened. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Just take me already. Is Dr. Kevorkian around?
That's like the softest way to tell the person. So he's about to die probably within the day.
No.
So,
yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
that's like, hey, listen, we've made him as comfortable as possible. You put your hand on the shoulder, you look him dead in the eye, and then you walk away.
I thought you were going to say, you put your hand in his shoulder, then you take a pillow, and then you smother him. Oh, that's fucked up.
You put your hand on his shoulder, you put a pillow over his face, and you just speed the process up a little bit. Because we need more.
And you just whisper,
shh,
it's okay.
beds.
It's okay. Walk towards the light. Shh. No,
that
that's
sucks. That's like you're in the hospital and shit, and you know you're going to die. That's fucking as bad as sitting in the car waiting for it.
I know. Well, that came full circle.
If they said we can bring you anything, I'd be like, yo, honestly, bro, bring me a fucking bottle of Jameson.
Yeah.
And just leave me in this room.
Yeah, let me rock.
I'm gonna fucking gulp this shit down until I give myself enough alcohol poisoning to not even give a fuck about dying.
Yeah.
That'd be the best time to black out.
Yeah. You ever been so drunk where you just don't even give a fuck? You think you don't give a fuck? You know when you're that drunk, where you're just
I've been
I
that
could die right now.
I've been that drunk.
I'm living my best life. I don't give a fuck. That's
a good drunk. That's a brave drunk.
That's a good drunk, but that's a drunk that's only good for when you're with your buddies.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't be that drunk in front of my wife.
You could.
Only with the bros.
I could. But, then you gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's right. I'm the one who's wrong.
Yeah.
You gotta wake up to do you remember what you said? And it's I mean, I could try. I could fucking try, but I'm sure you're gonna tell me. Yeah. All right. Well, I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you, Brother Bear, for coming on the show. Lord knows we need family now more than ever. And thanks, bro, for coming on the show. It's been a long time. It's been a long time coming. You had a podcast of your own. I don't know if you guys are still working on it now after COVID and everything, but.
Yeah, so we have a podcast called No Mouth Guard Uncensored Boxing Radio, where it's twice a week. It was twice a week. Right now we're kind of on a hiatus because boxing isn't really where it was before, even though there is boxing happening. But we just took a break because, honestly, I think it's a bunch of bullshit fights. So I don't really want to talk about bullshit fights all the time. But I do have other things happening. So you can follow me at Jules Sands on Instagram, and then pretty soon I'm actually going to start making videos of some things, and I don't really want to go. I've started a little channel, and especially for the hunting stuff, I want to see if I can somehow make a little channel about that. If you're into that kind of stuff,
you totally can do that. There's people that get 4 million views a video that make money off of. There's like dudes that are sitting in a cabin mounting shit to walls and explaining how they do it.
I thought when you said dude sitting in a cabin, I thought we were going a different direction there.
A bunch of dudes in a cabin.
Dudes in a cabin.
Mounting.
2 dudes, 1 cabin.
Oh, yeah.
2 dudes, 1 cabin. 2 girls, 1 cup.
I
2
can
girls,
never-
1 cup.
Yes. So just stay tuned for that. Follow me at Julian Sanchez and the other videos. Like I actually just shot a documentary yesterday. I have to edit it. It'll be out soon. And then
Ooh.
I'm just trying to start doing, baby. It's all about doing.
Oh,
I'm a
yeah.
doer. Don't be a non-doer. Don't be a not do nothing bitch. Is that what Ronda Rousey said? Are you aroused?
Are you chronoed?
Remember when Ronda Rousey got kicked in the side of the head?
Yeah, I was happy about that because a boxer /
was-
kickboxer kicked her ass.
I was happy about that too because she was talking too much shit in a way that I didn't like.
Yeah, she started believing her own hype. Victory defeated you.
Yeah, I only like when people talk shit that I like. Don't talk shit like that. You talk shit incorrectly, so you deserve to get kicked in the head
Yeah.
and knocked out. No hard feelings though. No offense.
Yeah.
Don't insult me and then say no offense. No. All right. Yeah. No. Thank you. Thank you for no mouth guard. Also, I don't know if you want to talk about where to start fitness, but
Oh yeah, I do. I'm a boxing trainer, strength and conditioning coach as well for athletes of all sports. So you can hit me up. Hit me up at Jules Sands. I have a Where to Start Fitness page. Haven't used it in a while. Think I'm going to migrate everything into one page. So yeah, you can hit me up. Ryan is actually I train Ryan. He's been killing it.
Hell yeah.
And
Appreciate it, buddy.
see some footage. I need to see some footage.
yeah, we got this. I'll bring the tripod next time.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we can make a.
you want me to come?
We can make a video montage. We can make a video on your training for sure.
Oh yeah, man.
Let's
I
do
could
that.
actually use that. There you go.
That'd be really cool.
Cool.
I don't know if you caught that, but I just referred to myself as the tripod.
Oh no, you.
Sorry.
Oh no, I caught that. I just wasn't.
Ryan got you get the tripod
didn't-
next
I
time.
didn't.
Oh, you want me to come?
I didn't catch that.
Okay, just tape a fucking iPhone to fucking Corey's face. There you go. You're a little lopsided there. Well, it isn't. My third leg hasn't wakened up yet.
It's still sleeping.
Still asleep.
Whoa. Speaking of, nah. Yeah, cool. So awesome. Thank you all. I just want to give you guys a final thought, Jerry Springer style. I know it's been a while, but I'll tell you something right now. Look out the window, see that sunshine, and run as fast as you can. Cause he's in the house, bitch. Run! No, I'm just playing. He's in the house. He's in the house. Yo, that's gotta be one of the scariest fucking feelings ever. He's in the house. He's in the house. You know what I mean? As opposed to he is
Absolutely.
in the house because your friend came over. Oh my god, he's in the house. He's in the house. He's in the house. Like you gotta be shitting bricks if he's in the house. Anyway.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for tuning in. It has been a pleasure. Thank you, Julian.
Yeah. Thank you,
for
Julian.
gracing us with your presence. And we will talk to you guys real soon.
Yeah, listen. Before we go, I'm gonna just say a little bit of information. Like, you could catch us at TruthSeam
sorry,
underscore
Ryan, I thought you went
podcast.
first.
Don't worry, it's okay. We never do this in order, anyways. Also, if you want to donate to our podcast, we would love to. We will love you forever, and we want to make this our main thing. We want to make this grow and make it to the best show possible. It's at patreon.com/truthserum. And yeah, if you want to message us on the Instagram, that's cool. And please like, subscribe. You can find us in any place you can find a podcast, baby. All right. That's all I got.
Wherever books are sold. Tune in next week as we discuss rhinoceros, why they're less aggressive than hippopotami. No, people still say break a leg.
Yeah, it's still a tradition.
That's what you're supposed to
one
say
leg.
in the film industry,
theater.
right? You're not supposed to say good luck. You're supposed to say break a leg.
Yeah.
But isn't
Unless you
that
get somebody who takes it too literally, then a guy comes out with a fucking tire iron,
yeah, like totally,
breaks your fucking leg.
like totally just Tanya Harding the shit out of you.
If you were gonna break somebody's leg, how would you do it?
I'd run into them from the front. I'd break their
to the-
kneecap. So I mean that's part of the leg.
like a flying tackle into the guy's knee.
Oh, absolutely.
Like a rhino style spear.
Yeah,
Remember
right
that?
to the leg. Right to the leg.
Spear him right in the side of his knee. Oh god, that sounds.
Well, that's
terrible.
even worse.
Like
Because he's probably never gonna heal. He's never gonna walk correctly again.
yeah, man, you just totally hobbled that dude.